Hey Derby. Well, here we are. I know I admire you all so much, but I know this program it's not finishing the way that we all had planned, but that's okay. We're gonna make the best of it. You just watched the video from Zanya, how to make the slow cooker Asian chicken over riced cauliflower with lots of spices like turmeric and great ways to flavor stuff up. So I wanted to talk to you first about a couple of the seasonings that were used in that video, just to kind of give you a glimpse into the things that Zanya and I use all the time. So one of the things that was used was toasted sesame oil. And Zanya and I like the flavor of the toasted version because when you find this at the store, you can also find regular sesame oil. But I encourage you to look for the toasted version because we think it just has a whole lot richer flavor and tastes a lot better. Natural ketchup. There's so many options to choose from. I would definitely say just make sure you're looking at the ingredient label and find the cleanest option, recognizable ingredients. Make sure sugar's not the top ingredient, but I think you can find some great options. You just have to look at the ingredients. The next thing is the rice wine vinegar or rice vinegar. Also try to buy just the natural, not the seasoned one, because the one that says seasoned, a lot of times will have some extra ingredients and extra sugar in there. So the other thing that I wanted to show you, these are kind of the staple vinegars that we keep in our house all the time, and we just use them over and over and over for different recipes. White wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar. When you buy apple cider vinegar, you want to look for the one that says with the mother, because that's going to give you the best nutritional benefit. And balsamic vinegar. This is kind of our go-to vinegar for dressings. We use this for everything, I feel like. Now another option with balsamic vinegar is they make white balsamic vinegar. It's completely the same flavor-wise. But it's a great option, like we've got a mixed fruit salad on the website and you throw a little balsamic vinegar in there, and white balsamic is perfect for that because it doesn't darken the color of your salad. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're using it. You can use the white. And then soy sauce. We always opt for low sodium soy sauce, but you could also use liquid aminos, which kind of leads me into something that I want to make for you. So with the riced cauliflower, I wanted to give you another idea of something you can do with riced cauliflower. So we're gonna make the cauliflower salad with almond butter dressing. And this recipe is on eatrealamerica.com. So basically what I did is very similar to what Zanya did in the video. So I took actually about 2/3 of a head of cauliflower, because my head of cauliflower was really big. Put it in the Ninja. You could also use a food processor. So buzz it up, and then I threw it in the skillet with a tablespoon of olive oil and a couple garlic cloves. I used my garlic press to finely dice or mince the garlic, and then just sauteed it for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then, because you just want it to be slightly tender, throw it in a bowl and let it come to room temperature. Okay, so while that is happening, go ahead and get your other ingredients ready. So this is just 1 red bell pepper, and we're gonna toss that in. This is about 1/2 cup of green onions. I would say it was about 6 green onions, just sliced. Then we're gonna add 1/2 cup of cashews, just kind of halves and pieces, and a couple tablespoons of fresh mint. Now this is completely optional, but a perfect addition if you have fresh mint growing in a pot in your backyard in the summer. Excellent, excellent. So the other thing that this salad includes is a cup of pineapple. And so there was a time where I wasn't really sure the best way to tackle cutting a pineapple. And one Christmas, I got this gift at a White Elephant gift exchange. And I thought it was pretty cool. I had no idea how cool it actually was. So I'm gonna show you this pineapple. It's a slicer and corer. And actually so we're gonna leave this green part on because we want to dice it, but you can take it off and just do slices. It's a really cool little tool. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're first gonna cut the top of the pineapple off and set it aside. So now, see where the circle is? That is where we're gonna line up the middle of the pineapple tool and set it on top, and we're gonna just start to turn. And you basically just keep turning until you can't turn anymore. Now I will tell you, this tool, you can find it on Amazon. It's really, really cheap, under 20 bucks. The kind that has the steel in the middle, I feel like is just better quality. So once you get to the point where you can't turn anymore, you're gonna start pulling it up. And so you're left with juice that normally, you know, the kids wanna like take a swig. Now this that's left, you could actually trim this up and put the core in like fruit infused water. Put it in a pitcher of water with some lime slices so you don't feel like you're wasting everything. We're gonna set that aside. So now you're left with this. Now these are actually just in slices, but we're gonna take this and just carefully, because you don't want your pineapple flying all over the kitchen, and now it's cubed up. And we only need a cup for this recipe. So, you know, it's in cubes right now. You can go and chop it up a little bit more if you want it more in like tidbit sizes. But basically, we are just going to toss a cup, about a cup, in this salad and then stir it up. Now, for the dressing. So the dressing is gonna be made with almond butter. So what we did in a mason jar is we added 1/4 cup almond butter, 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of honey, and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then added a tablespoon of water, shake it up, and then depending on the consistency, so this actually has 2 tablespoons of water total in it. And so then it's gonna be nice and smooth. We're gonna pour it over our salad and stir it up. The salad is great left over. And it almost just looks like a rice salad, but you're getting cauliflower, a cruciferous vegetable, the cancer-fighting vegetable. And it's actually really, really good with the saltiness of the cashews and the sweetness of the pineapple. Really, really good salad. So the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is slow cooker tips, because we feel like that is one of the best ways to do 2-for-1 meals. So in the video that you watched with Zanya, how you pulled out a cup of chicken from that slow cooker Asian chicken, and you're gonna turn around and use that cup of chicken for the Thai pizza. We love doing stuff like that, where you put something in the slow cooker and then it's multiple meals. But it's not boring leftovers, because nobody likes that. So with the slow cooker, a couple of tips to know is, you know how those recipes that you find where it says to brown the meat before you put it in the slow cooker, and I've always kind of been like, oh, that's an extra step, who needs to do that? You know, it still is totally optional, but it does add like a caramelized, richer flavor to your meat, whether it's roast or some kind of beef cut, to put it in a skillet with some oil and brown the sides before you put it in the slow cooker. It does just add a better flavor, but still, again, totally personal preference. Some other things that we've learned with the slow cooker is do not add too much liquid. You honestly only need about 1/2 cup of liquid in here with whether it's chicken or, I mean, obviously if you're doing a soup, you would have more liquid. But if you're doing a cut of meat, you just don't need that much liquid. Another thing to keep in mind is when you take the lid off to peak, it takes 20 more minutes for that temperature to come back. So avoid the urge to peak as much as possible. And you know, one of the things that growing up, my mom and grandma, we always put frozen stuff in here. But I actually would caution you with frozen, because they say that meat stays in the danger zone temperature too long, between 40 and 140 degrees. I know nobody in my family has ever had an issue, but they say that bacteria can grow, and it's just something to consider. So to be absolutely on the safe side, I would say to try to thaw your meat before you put it in the slow cooker. But again, totally personal preference. And then another thing just to keep in mind is you can add pasta, dairy, and fresh herbs to your slow cooker at the end. So maybe within the last 10 minutes that you're doing, because we've got recipes on Eat Real America where we've got a Thai soup and you throw the Thai noodles in the last 10 minutes. So there's lots of things like that where you can have additions in the very last few minutes of your slow cooker. But definitely, I would say before next week, I would love for you to either try the recipe, the slow cooker Asian chicken over riced cauliflower, or any of our other slow cooker recipes on Eat Real America. Because I would love for you to try something that maybe is out of your box or something new. And then your homework assignment is I would love for you to check out, we have a coaching tip called Does Lunch Meat Really Cause Cancer? And under the coaching tip category, or the categories on the right, if you'll scroll down to the meats, click on meats, and you'll find that coaching tip. So I hope that helps. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. and can't wait to see you soon.